The next big survival game for 2024 is just around the corner, as Nightingale is set to release on the 20th of February later this month, which is only a week from today. In the past couple of weeks, I got the chance to explore this ambitious new survival title with different playtests, and honestly, I can't wait to share everything you want to know about it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Florian, and in today's video we're gonna do exactly that. Explore Nightingale on double extreme difficulty, go on an epic adventure, from character creation and crafting our first gear, to hunting wildlife, take out some bad guys, and get ready for realm walking to explore different magical worlds Nightingale has in store for us. This video includes pretty much everything you want to know to get familiar with Nightingale, so what are we waiting for? Let's go on an epic adventure. I quickly want to say a big thanks to Inflexion Games for giving me the opportunity to check out Nightingale early. They also gave me some pretty cool realm cards, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in today's video, but especially to you, Scarbs, thank you so much for all the transparency, all the information you gave us creators, which made the playtests very enjoyable in general. Very much appreciate that. That being said, I'm not getting paid or sponsored to make this video. I'm just very much looking forward to sharing the game with you guys, as I personally think it's a big one for 2024. Also pretty important, this is the final preview build of Nightingale. Some things are subject to change, especially the UI or HUD elements, while they're probably also going to make some slight balancing changes. So what you're about to see is not the final product, while it will probably be very accurate to the full release build. Alright, so here we are in the character menu. I've been playing on this character right here for like 20 to 30 hours on extreme difficulty, but today we're gonna create a new one for this double extreme playthrough. This already brings us to an interesting first thing to talk about, as character creation in Nightingale comes with a lot of options to make your character look exactly how you want it to be. So let's start off by picking one of the presets right here. So we have body A, which is for male right here. A lot of different options to choose from, while with body B, we can choose for some females. There are many different ones you can start from, while I'm gonna go with body type A and choose this one to start off with. I think it looks pretty cool. Now we're gonna check out our age and different voice sets. So let's move on to the ancestry. This is where we basically choose our fate. We have all sorts of things like the academic, the statesperson, tradesperson. I like to go with the hermit right here. You work the land, foregoing the comforts of modern life, as well as the social decorum, in favor of total self-sufficiency. We also have the lineage right here. So this is where we can choose our parents. Say this is my mom, this is my dad. If we go to the inheritance tab, we can make our character look a little bit like him. See, we can go even further with this by choosing some grandparents. Then this is going to become even more interesting, while I like to keep my character as is. You can really go wild with the character creation, with mouths, makeup, so much more, while now we're going to move on to the difficulty. So, interesting, in Nightingale you have two different difficulties. Both your equip difficulty and the realm difficulty. For this playthrough, we're going to go double extreme. So your starting loadout will determine if you have a lot of gear equipped from the get-go or go in naked. Pretty much your pajamas, I'd say. So that's what we're going to do today. While the realm powers difficulty, easy, medium, hard, and extreme, determines the HP scaling of enemies as well as the damage they deal. So yeah, double extreme would be the most extreme way to experience Nightingale, but I'm very much looking forward to this. So let's go with a very original name right here, 4am. Alright, so this is where we begin in Nightingale, this creepy dungeon, let's say, where we have to search for Puck at the portal. If you guys have any questions about the game, by the way, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer those in the coming days. So this is where we get introduced to the realm cards. New means of travel, which I'm very excited to talk more about throughout this video. But yes, if we interact with the machine right here, this is where we can throw in cards. So this is our forest card, and then we also have a byway card. The forest card will seek a realm lush with forests, with all sorts of animals we can hunt for our first resources, while the byway card summons in a smaller transient realm, which is interesting for your first settlement. If we open the portal, it's gonna pop up. Now with the portal up, we're gonna have to make a run for it though, as the bad guys are coming our way. You know what? Let's very quickly pick up this codex. some extra information, but wow, they're already here. Let's go. The Forest Byway realm. The difficulty you chose will also determine the difficulty right here, as we now have 2 cards with level 0. On easy, this is going to be a lot easier. But yeah, here we go. Check out this beautiful place. This is our first forest realm with all these deer running around, let's say. I think the atmosphere is already beautiful. Let's see. Alright, so our first quest is to acquire some berries. Raw berries. I'm gonna pick up a nice amount of these, as you can make different dishes with them. That's what I really like about Nightingale, is that you don't have like one recipe you can make with one type of food. You have all sorts of things you can prepare at the campfire. And wow, look at all these deer right here. You know what? Let's also pick up some sticks and twigs while we're at it. The sunrise is just beautiful. But yeah, let's get back to the farming. So we have to eat raw berries. Press F. There we go. Now we have to acquire rock sticks and raw berries. Good thing is we already picked up a nice amount of those, while the final thing we need are the rocks. So we're going to search near the bigger rocks. These require a pickaxe, as you can see, to break them, while the smaller ones can instantly be picked up and used to make ourselves a campfire, which we're going to do at the beach. Let's go. So we're going to press build, and there we have it. So now we can prepare the roasted berries. First, though, we have to ignite the fire, add some fuel to it. We already have a decent amount of berries, but let's first make the roasted ones. We just unlocked roasted meat and some other recipes like mixed plants. Let's make like 3 of these. We must carry forth. Yes, let's quickly prepare those snacks and get through the portal, as now we're going to have to make our way to the desert realm. So we're going to open the realm card machine and throw in that desert biome card and also that byway card. So we can summon in the new world. Check it out. Flips. So we just arrived in the desert realm. You can see that the sun is pretty hot, so we're gonna have to hide from it. As you can see, in the shadows we're pretty safe, but yeah, this is an entirely different biome. You will see that in a second. And we're gonna have to make ourselves a stick tent. First though, I wanna kind of make my way through this valley right here with a lot of new type of creatures, like these tree elementals. Let's pick up a couple rocks right here as well, which can come in pretty handy for future crafts. But man, if we run, we get pretty hot. But every realm you summon in Nightingale will be entirely unique with all sorts of different resources. Like right here we also have the marigolds. Let's pick up a couple more sticks so we can make our tent. So now if we go to survival right here, stick tent, we can turn this one around and place it like so. Voila! If we add the resources automatically, and there we have it. Sweet tent with some red leaves. I think it blends in pretty well in this nature right here. But there's more to be placed, let's say. We also have a resting bedroll. So we're going to put that right there. Let's go. If we interact with it, this will recover our stamina. So now we have a blue bar. But just like with Valheim, also 3 different slots for snacks. So if I open up my inventory right now, we can consume the marigold. You can see that this adds a little bit of maximum stamina, resistances. But let's also eat that mixed vegetable burrito, which we made earlier. Check it out. Now we have even more stamina and more HP. So just like in Valheim, food management is very important. Crafting, check out the crude items. We have the hunting knife right here, the mining pick, the sickle, the torch, and the wooden axe. Just enough resources to make every single one of them. Sweet. Let's open up the realm card machine and travel to the swamp realm this time. But yeah, this is pretty much where you get introduced to all sorts of aspects of the game, like crafting, combat, which is next right now. So this is a pretty interesting thing, which I really like about the game. Combat is much more interesting compared to other survival games, where you just have to press the attack button and deal with your enemies. Here we also have a block. With the dagger, you can also dash forth and back, which makes up for some pretty interesting gameplay. But let's first talk with Puck and check out our next quest. So Puck asks us to gather some resources from creatures. And I see my first one right here already. Sorry, bro. So we can skin these guys, get the resources with our hunting knife. Well, that was just some prey. This is a predator, guys. Whew. Let's dance. Let's switch to the hunting knife for a second. Of course, we want to make sure that our stamina is on point. There we go. So, really depends on your playstyle. Do you like to play super aggressive? Be that rogue kind of person with your dagger just stabbing the enemy in the back all the time, or just want to go full on with a heavy weapon? Everything is possible in Nightingale, so that's what I really like about it. Sorry, bro. I need those resources. 3 tier 1 predator bones and some tier predator hide skins as well. So let's take out that axe. Ouch, that was a pretty heavy hit right there. But yeah, when you land some hits in the face, you can tell that it also deals a lot more damage. So this is your chest armor, let's say, for which we're going to need both hides and plant fiber. This though is a basic craft. At a certain point you will unlock workbenches where you have to do a lot more than that, process different types of resources. But yeah, this already makes your character look pretty fancy. We also want to prepare some healing salve, for which we're going to need fibers. Fibers can be found from plants, so we just have to harvest some of these bad boys. So as you can see, now we have a new type of snack, some meats, which we can also eat. Boosted our HP to the maximum and have a lot more stamina right now. Let's make those healing salves. These are your go-to item to prepare, basically heal up the damage you take. If you extract items in your menu, let's do 15. Check it out, we now have essence dust, which in return you can use to repair all your gear. So for this, you don't need a workbench or anvil to patch up all your gear, let's say, which I think is really nice. You can always do this on the go, wherever you are in any realm during your adventures. So now we can choose our own biome, which we want to continue the adventure in on extreme difficulty. We just got introduced to both the swamp, the desert, and the forest. Personally, I like a lush forest with like plenty of animals to hunt for. Start our adventure for real in Nightingale, and we have, check it out, another Hope Echo right here. These are codices you can pick up, but also the realm card machine. So now we're going to throw in that forest card and the abeyance card. Abeyance cards seek a realm of minimal danger suitable for the construction of an estate or to settle down with your first base, let's say. Almost forgot to mention, guys, this is where you can choose your realm difficulty. If you are on a, let's say, too high difficulty, you can always tone it down right here. While if you're seeking for a real challenge, you can always crank it up. You first want to close the portal to do so, but hey, we first have to deal with some bad guys before we can walk through. So these are the bad guys you will come across during your adventure when hopping from one realm to the next, and you can tell that our portal is still unstable right now, so there is a chance more of them will pop up. Check it out. Uh-oh, we've got another one joining the battle. But yeah, if we want to, we can just ignore these guys right now and just instantly, floops, get into the portal. So here we go, we have our Abeyance Forest realm. The first big world, basically, to start our adventures in Nightingale. Let's talk with Buck. We made it. So now we can make an estate cairn. This is some kind of checkpoint you place on the world, which you can use to quick travel to. In other words, this marks your base of operations. So we want to place this one somewhere where I think it's going to be interesting to be central on the world, right in between all different points of interest to make our travel as efficient as possible in this realm. Let's also pick up this codex right here. So let's quickly open up the map, see where we have our friends. Ooh, look at that. This already instantly brings us to the SS Trader, Wilhelmina Sasse, who we have to interact with for our next quest. This is where we also have the Realmic Transmuter. We also have some treasure right here. Check it out. A weight card. Play this card to increase the damage you deal and the efficiency of your harvesting while weighing down your body and limiting the efficiency of your stamina. This is pretty interesting. Makes dealing damage a little bit easier, while we won't be able to carry as much, so that can be a problem. While, yeah, you can also come across ore in Nightingale. This is tin ore, for which we first need a pickaxe. We already have one, but this requires a level 10 gear score. So we currently only have level 6 gear score items, so we first have to upgrade these at workbench. So this is going to be something for later, while we can already take some of the logs, which we find on the floor right here. We just found the occupation event, so right now we can interact with the Hope Echo right here. Unlock some new blueprints for our base, and also release a favor of power. So every time when you complete one of these occupation events, you will find a favor at the end, which grants you some pretty interesting powers. So if we check out our inventory, this one is the favor of endurance. You're buzzed with energy and feel as though you could run, work or fight for days without more than a moment's rest. So in other words, if we use our dash right now, you can see that our stamina will regenerate like crazy. Sweet. We're gonna pick up this hope right here as well. Look at this skill right here. I honestly haven't seen these yet on my previous realms, so this is something entirely new for me. Conquer this site to receive the means of open hunt realms. Sounds very interesting, as I like hunting. But maybe after all, we do want to get a little bit closer to the SS Trader, let's say. So I'm going to travel to my respite. This instantly brings you to that location. And yes, this also brings us to a site of power, the Antiquarian site of power, which we want to visit pretty soon, as it also gives us access to some new cards to summon in better realms. We also have the company right here, both Ruby and Wilhelmina Sasse, and the SS Trader Moses. So let's quickly talk to this lady, see what she has to say. So now if we want, we can complete a quest to recruit companions for our party. Well, I like to go in solo actually, so that is what I'm gonna do. Well, I do want to settle pretty close to these fellas, as the SS Trader can come in very handy for to unlock future blueprints. So I'm gonna place my estate cairn right here. Throw in the resources. We still need some rocks and stone blocks. So let's take out that pickaxe. Get some stones from the hill right here. In the beginning, we are easily overburdened with all the loot we come across. While soon we're going to craft ourselves a backpack. So then all this is going to become no problemo to pick up. So every time when you're overburdened, you can extract all the resources, turn them into essence, which afterwards can be used to repair your gear. So here we go. We now have our estate cairn. The respite, which we can give a name, SS Trader, as we're pretty close to it, which can always be accessed with the map. So if we open up the map, you can instantly travel to the respite right now. If we confirm that, check it out. Here we go. We are at Puck once again. Get access to all sorts of discoveries in the building menu right now. So now we can make a tanning station, a workbench, all sorts of things to start processing resources at the base. In Nightingale, there are like so many different things you can craft. So it is pretty handy that you can search for the blueprints you want to have. Like right now, we want to have the workbench. So I just type that in and voila, here we have it. So I'm going to place it right there. So this is where we can start crafting some simple gear. Simple climbing picks, which you can use to scale terrain, hunting knife, mining pick, rock marbles, the sickle, the sling bow, very interesting one for hunting, as well as the wooden axe. They're all much better compared to what we have right now. All the makeshift stuff, which is pretty trash. This is our next quest. Primarily, the sling bow, I think, is amazing. We also need straps for this. So if we now go to our crafting menu and type in straps, you will see that in refinement, we will find this one, for which we're going to need the simple tanning station. So if we open up our building and search for tan, complete the tanning station. So let's make 2 straps for the sling bow. There we go. So this is the first ranged weapon you unlock in Nightingale. I think it's really nice. Already deals a decent amount of damage, but first we also need the ammo for it, which are the simple rock marbles. So yeah, we're gonna have to go out there and search for some more rocks or pebbles on the floor, which are these bad boys. So let's pick up a decent amount of these so we can start making our ammo. We are about to die, ladies and gentlemen. Look at my HP right now. Whew. Wow, we almost died right there. We suddenly had a hailstorm coming in. So that is something you want to be protected for at all times. These pebbles coming from the sky can hit pretty hard. So on extreme difficulty, the weather conditions can literally kill you. So you want to be very cautious for that. But here we go. Our pebbles are finished right now. I'm also making a campfire, so we can basically increase the efficiency of all the workbenches nearby. Let me quickly show this to you. If you have a fire nearby, this one will increase the performance of all the workbenches around it or nearby basically. While if you have a roof over it, this will also increase the efficiency. You can have better flooring, augment all these to have more bonuses, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But let's first make a couple more snacks, some healing salves to better prepare for the adventures ahead. So here we have Moses. If we speak with him, check it out. We can unlock some simple items right here, like the simple maul, hammer, fishing rod, and umbrella. Let's pick this one up already, as we're going to need that one for all the weather. We also have realm cards right here. Estate address card, which is a gift to other players to allow them to visit your estate while you are offline. So there are a lot of different cards which you can use to influence the way how your realm works. Play this card to travel more quickly, improving your resistances from most forms of damage, but also reduce the damage you can deal. Angler cards increase your fishing skill and yield. So a lot of different interesting things to pick up during your adventures. While right now we want to focus on the crafting, refinement, and pick up the salt table, the smelter, the mortar station. We have plenty of resources which you can pick up right here as well, but that's gonna be for later. First, we want to start creating some better gear with the sewing bench. So we're gonna place it, you know what, right next to the workbench. I think that would make a lot of sense. For this one, we're gonna need wood bundles, fiber, and bones. So we won't be able to make it just yet. Well, we can already focus on the umbrella, for which we need stone and wood. Right now, though, we're going to need a decent amount of both wood and stone. So let's first focus on preparing ourselves for the adventures ahead, craft all the tools for the job. So this, I think, is the perfect moment to test our sling bow, as we're going to need a couple bones for this craft. So let's get a little bit closer to these piggies. In this game, you have not only headshots, but also hard shots. So if we have a nice aim, we can actually one-shot the piggy. There we go. When engaged in combat, it's gotta be a little bit more difficult to land those though, so I then prefer to go for the headshots, as they also deal a nice amount of damage. Voila! We took out the 3 piggies, so we can get our hands on some more meat, bones, and animal fiber. So now, without all the walking, just quickly travel back to the estate cairn, and voila! We are back at the base. We can start sewing some gear at the simple sewing bench. First, I want to have a pack, because these allow you to carry so much more with you, for which we're going to need 2 leather. So let's get back to the tanning station. Make 2 leather right here. Whew. Oh, poor little deer right here. Well, I need your hides, buddy. There we go. We finally get to craft the pack. Check it out. Now we can finally carry more weights. Now we have a total of 100 instead of 50, which is going to make our adventures a lot easier. But let's quickly slap down a bedroll right here as well, as it's getting pretty late right now. Check this out. I just crafted the fancy schwancy umbrella, ladies and gentlemen. Now I can not only use the dash with my dagger, but also use the umbrella to slowly glide in the skies. I think this one is amazing for travel. Let's go. Look at that. We found a fate chest with, wow, raw diamonds. 18 essence dust. We now have over 250, which is going to come in very handy to later upgrade our gear. Yeah, man. Now we look fancy schwancy with the simple head wrap and all the other gear. The only 2 things we still need is a top and a bottom. So we're going to have to do a little bit more hunting. But then we are definitely ready for our next adventure. Ouch! Man, sometimes these wolves hit pretty hard, especially when you're not yet ready for extreme without any of the armor. Now we have everything equipped. Let's go. Quest completed, diving even further. Now we have to unlock the Antiquarian card, for which we have to deal with a big guy, for which I'm also preparing some rock marbles or ammo for a sling bow right now. Now it is time to check out the Antiquarian site of power, which is right next to us, as you can see on the map. So that basically is this big tower. So this is where we have to deal with the first big boy in the game, a boss, which will unlock a new card to play and find new realms to discover as well. We want to make our way all the way to the bottom of this pyramid, let's say. Ooh. We instantly have some bad guys popping up. Ouch. This is not good. Good thing is we made a nice amount of snacks to be battle ready. Man, there are so many of them already. That was really close. Challenge completed. Apprentice Bounce Layer. Ah, yes. Range guys are pretty annoying, but trust me guys, this is only the beginning. There are so many more evil creatures, which are much scarier actually, but hey, we're pretty close to the bottom of the temple right now. Look at that, a hunter card. Play this card to increase the yield gathered from slain creatures, while increasing the damage you deal to weak points. Also heal infusion, injury resistance, that's interesting. Let's just pick up everything. But yeah, if you want to have a hunter realm, just focus on taking out creatures, farm a lot of pelts for future gear, let's say. I think this is an amazing card to play in your next realm. While right now, still have to focus on the bad guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is where the samurais come in. These hit like a truck. I remember them. So they have to be taken down with ranged powers, otherwise we're gonna get slaughtered on extreme difficulty. Level 50 versus level 20. That's never fair. We have a gear score of 11 right now. What's going on? Let's repair everything. But this is what brings us to the first big boy. I think we're ready for this right now. So let's interact with the mechanism. Here we go. The fabled automated knight. You can see that our bow just deals tickle damage. Uh-oh. Explosion. Good thing as I crafted myself a sledgehammer or maul, which is gonna hit pretty hard on this guy. Ouch! We just got hit pretty hard right there. So for this fight, you kind of want to aim. Ouch! That was really close. For the blue lights at the chest. This can give you a weak spot or headshot damage, let's say. It's not easy to hit though, but it's the best we can do right now. This is why you want to have a ton of the marbles, because yeah, you're gonna need like 100 to take out this boss. As you can see, these robots are pretty, ouch, vulnerable to the sledge damage. But yeah, the chances are high. You're gonna get hit during the process. So is it worth the risk? That's up to you. I think it definitely is if you have plenty of snacks prepared for this battle, let's say. Look at that. Ouch! Look at that. Whew. That's hot. Just a couple more hits, guys. We're getting really close right now. Here we go. Ouch! Voila! That was a tough challenge right there. But hey, we managed to pull it off. The first automated knight, which also gives us access to the anti-carrion card. Releases Hope of Echo. Voila. Oh, well done, Realm Walker. So we just completed Hopeful Beginnings and the Ancient Knowledge. Now we can craft a Forced and Anti-Carrion card to traverse a new portal. So let's open up the map, travel back to our respite, open up our crafting menu and check out the realm cards. See, now we can craft our own Abeyance cards, Anti-Carrion card, Desert, Forced and Swamp cards. So for the Anti-Carrion card, we're gonna need the Simple Enchanter's Focus. So let's check it out at the building. We're gonna need lumber, ingots and glass for this one though. So first we're gonna have to process all that with some new workbenches. We've got let's see, we're gonna have to make the smelter and the saw table. So now we can make our own paper. Check it out. With the autofill, we can make a nice amount of that, which we're gonna need for the Enchanter's Focus. We need ingots and glass as well. So now it's time to find some more precious resources, or if we want to, we can also visit the essence trader. This is where we can pick up all this. So here we have the ingots. Let's, you know what, buy 2 of these. And for the ore, we can purchase some glass actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I'm lazy today. But we did a lot of farming, so I guess we are allowed to do this. Gonna slowly make the lumber we need for the crafting station. And for the carts, we can already check that out in the crafting. Anti-carrion cart, we're gonna need both paper, ink and essence dust. So also the ink is important, so we're gonna need to build a mortar. We also have simple spinning wheel and masonry bench right here, which are the things which we need for the next upgrades. But here we go. We get some lumber. There we go. Place the mortar station, let's say right next to it, so we can prepare some ink. First make some refined pigment with the raw berries, which we got earlier, which we can turn into alchemical ink with refined pigment and the glass. Voila. So now if we interact with the enchanter's table, this is where we can make the anti-carrion card and also the forest card. As we need both of these to traverse a portal, check out a new realm. Important, guys, if you are new to the game, especially for the ink, yeah, you need that glass, which can be picked up at the essence trader, but you can also refine it at the simple smelter. So if you add some fuel, let's say, to this little processing station, this is where you can make glass, ingots, reclaimed ingots, shafts, and wires. I think a nice tip for you would be to check out your crafting right here. And if we now type in the glass, this is where you can see which stations can be used to process the type of resource. So if you need ingots, which I just picked up at the essence trader, you just type it in as well. And see, this also brings you to the smelter. If you need a certain card, if you want to have a card, let's say like the anti-carrion card, you just type that in. You see for that, you're going to need the simple enchanter's focus. So we have everything ready to open up the next realm. We can even check out the cards, which we have right here, including the some which we picked up during our adventures. So a new world awaits us pretty much. While there is still so much more to be done in this world, as you can see, all sorts of things we've already discovered but haven't completed yet. I mean, we completed the anti-carrion side of power, while we also have the hunt side of power with another foe to deal with, the astrolable side of power, and so much more. So you can tell that we've only scratched the surface of this specific realm, and now Puck is already guiding us to the next. So if you want to stay this place, that's totally fine. You basically make up your own stories in Nightingale, which I really like about the game. But man, especially for quickly traveling on your planet, I think the combination of both your hunting knife and the umbrella are amazing, as you can use the hunting knife itself to dash forth, then use the umbrella to basically have a soft landing everywhere you glide to. All right, look at that. We finally found the portal with a nice sunset behind it. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is where our adventure ends on this realm, or well, we could always revisit it if we want to. But yeah, if we open up the realm card machine, this is where you can now also change the difficulty. So if you want to continue extreme, you can do so, or you can tone it down a little bit if you want to make it a little bit more accessible to others by ticking on public realm, let's say. We're gonna throw in those cards. So first we have the forest card, which once again creates a forest biome. But after that, we also throw in the anti-carrion card to seek a realm of middling danger, settled by druids and rife with fey runes. Remember the realm cards, which I showed at the beginning? Well, this is where we have them. I think they look pretty cool. So if we open up that portal, it's gonna take a little bit of time to summon in. We're probably gonna have to deal with some bad guys before it's finally there. We also have some wolves right here. So let's get our hands on some more pelts while we're at it. Here they come. Ouch! Whew! It's a pretty heavy hit right there. There we go. But here we go, we are ready to say goodbye to this world for now. Continue our quest as realm walking to solve the mysteries of Nightingale. Voila, we just summoned in the Antiquarian Forest. If we continue our journey, you can see that we now spawn right in front of Aurelio Acevedo Ortega, who has new quest for us. But all this new mystery is yours to discover, ladies and gentlemen, as this is where we're gonna end our quest for today. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much everything you want to know about Nightingale, the beginnings of your possibly extreme world. I really enjoyed it so far, but right now I'm pretty curious what you guys think about the game. Let us know in the comments down below. This is only the beginning of Nightingale on the channel. There's plenty more coming your way in the coming weeks, so brace yourselves. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And of course, if you enjoyed the content, it would mean the world to me if you can spare 1 second of your time and hit that like button. Any questions about the game, leave them in the comments down below. Maybe even suggestions for future guides. I'm all ears. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.